What is good, YouTube? I'm Devontae, also known as Investor Forever. And what you're looking at right now is literally day one of me documenting my journey to financial freedom through income investing. Now, before you click off thinking this is just another stock market channel, hear me out. Because I'm not here to teach you how to pick the hot stocks, and I'm not here to hype you up on the next crypto or the next meme coin or none of that or any get rich quick plays. This is not that. If you're looking for that, go ahead and click off this video because what I'm building is different. It's a system, and this system is where your brokerage account literally pays your bills, whether you sleep at work or sleep at work or just living your life. And I'm going to show you exactly how to build it from scratch without needing thousands of dollars to start. So let's dive right in. So, like I said, my name is Devontae. I'm a licensed real estate agent and investor here in Georgia. I do deals. I find off-market properties for other investors. I work creative finance, so that's lease options, sub to seller financing, the whole nine. And I'm also a disposition sales rep at a real estate firm who has done north of $240,000 just this year alone. So real estate is my lane, and that's the company that did that, not me. If I had $240,000, yeah. But I also do BPOs and I do a couple of gig apps on the side too. Not because I have to, but just because every dollar that I earn from those goes straight into this portfolio. Because let's face it, stuff high these days. Okay. So I'm getting money however way I can. And that's just more fuel for this machine. So I've dabbled into like day trading, had some wins, had some losses. But this strategy right here that I'm building right now, this is different from day trading. This is what they call income investing. And I'm documenting every single step so that somebody that's watching this, my little brother right now, I'm making this mostly for him, but anybody that is watching this right now can literally build this same system. And if you like my little brother, you can do this before you even have to worry about working a 9 to 5 job the rest of your life, because that's the real conversation that we need to be having. Here's a reality that most people don't talk about: the traditional path. Go to school, get a job, work 40 years, and retire at 65. Okay, maybe everybody talks about that, but that path requires you to spend the best years of your life trading time for money.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And by the time you retire, you might have enough to survive. And I put heavy emphasis on might. It's just not feasible these days. But what if there was a way to build income that doesn't require your time? Income that hits your account whether you working or not. Every share you own in the right ETF pays you monthly and even weekly in some cases just for holding it. And here's where it gets interesting. You reinvest those dividends automatically. That buys more shares pays more dividends, and more dividends buys more shares. And that's the compounding wheel in a nutshell right there. And once it's spinning, it does not stop. And the question isn't whether it works. The question is, when do you start? So let me show you exactly what I'm doing. So this is my Fidelity account right here. I have two accounts set up. First, you have to set up your cash management account, and that just serves as basically a bank account inside Fidelity. It has a debit card, free ATM withdrawals, and all of my income is going to be direct deposited straight into this account, no middleman. And if you take a trip with me here to cash management, you can see that I'm currently earning 3.28% on my money just for it sitting here. What bank account is going to give you that? I'll wait. And then second is the brokerage account where we just were, but I'll just go back to that real quick. This is where I buy my ETFs. This is where my drip runs, and eventually where my margin line will live. Now, let me show you what I bought just to start. I put $50. Did I do 50? No, I put $25 each into JP Morgan. This is JEPI, as they call it. And then XPay, which is basically the dividend paying S&P fund. And I started out with $50 total. Now I know what you're thinking, like, bro, $50, that's not gonna do anything. And you're right, $50 alone is not gonna print money.
It ain't all about the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
But $50 alone is also not the point. The point is that the system that I'm building around it. So JEPI, or JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF, ooh, that's a mouthful. This one yields around 8 to 9% annually, pays every single month, and it's one of the most stable income ETFs out there. Lower risk, consistent income. And most of y'all got JP Morgan Chase, but y'all ain't getting 3% on y'all money, I guarantee you that. Or the 8 to 9% that they're paying monthly. Now, XPay, Round Hill S&P 500, this one targets 20% annual yield. It also pays monthly, which is higher income and is slightly more aggressive. So every month, these two ETFs are going to pay me dividends. And because I have drip enabled, which let me show you that real quick. We're going to go, where is that? I just got this account, so I'm still trying to learn it myself. But that's the whole point of this. I'm learning with y'all. So get in with me early. This is like betting on Apple. So bet on yourself. If you go here to account features, if it'll let me get there we go. So we'll go down to account features, dividends, and capital gains. And then once that loads, you'll see right here, both accounts are set to reinvest in security. That means that every dividend automatically buys more fractional shares. I never have to touch it. I never have to log in and manually reinvest. It just compounds on its own. And that's the foundation. Now, here's the part that most people don't talk about. Once my deposit that I made today, the 15, I think it was like $1,500, something like that. But once that deposit clears, I should be able to borrow against my portfolio to cover small bills between paychecks. I'll also be applying for the debit card so that I can pay my bills out of this account as well. And here's how the weekly cycle works basically. So let's say I've been doing BPOs all week and I had a closing. So $1,600 hit my account on Friday, the CMA account, which is the cash management account. First thing, any margin balance that I owe, which as you can see, the margin buying power here is zero right now. But any margin balance that I borrowed during the week gets paid off immediately. And then whatever is left, I transfer into the brokerage account and then I invest that. And then all of it into more JEPI, more XPay, and eventually more ETFs as I scale. And then day to day spending like gas, groceries, bills, stuff that comes out of the CMA debit card. So when the cash balance hits zero, Fidelity's cash manager automatically pulls from my margin. Now it's gonna take me a I'm starting this account like somebody basically working the typical 9 to 5 would. So I'm not investing all of my paycheck how most people on YouTube will tell you to do. Invest all your paycheck, live off a margin, live out of your brokerage account. We ain't never did that. We don't know how to do that. So you got to start where you are comfortable at. And that's why this channel is created because I want to make people comfortable with learning how to do this stuff because it can be very daunting. And I'm not paying those bills with my income. Once my account grows to that level, I'm going to be borrowing short term against my portfolio, the same way Elon Musk bought Tesla, and at the cost of literally like cents per day. Like they charge you cents per day on the margin that you borrow and clearing the balance next time that you get a check. So right now at $1,700 in my portfolio, the margin is going to be small. So I'm probably going to pay like my light bill, car note out of it. But as the portfolio grows, the available margin grows with it. So at $10,000 in the portfolio, I probably have access to around $2,000 in margin. And at $22,000, all of my monthly bills will be covered by margin at that point, and that gets cleared by dividends. And that's the goal. The portfolio pays the bills, the income funds the portfolio, and the flywheel just runs all by itself. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this happens overnight. It most certainly does not. But let me show you what consistent investing does over time. So, with my current income, investing, I'm going to invest like 10% of everything I earn, and with a blended yield of 10%, which I'll go over all these terms anyway. If I say something you don't know, just Google it nowadays. I mean, you can literally Google it. But 10% from the ETFs, say the portfolio hits 100,000 in roughly 4 to 5 years. At 100,000, that's $833 a month in passive dividend income every month without doing anything extra. And by the time it reaches $220,000 in the portfolio, every single one of my bills will be covered just by the dividends alone. So my Spark income and real estate income, whatever apps and everything else, that just goes 100% back into the portfolio at that point. And that's how you get to that point. So all these people are telling you live out of your brokerage account, live off of dividends. They're not telling you how to get there. They're telling you, oh, invest 100% of your paycheck. Like, what are you supposed to live off of? Here's what I want my little brother or anybody who's watching this, whether you're 17, 18, 30, 40, 50, it don't matter. I want you to understand this. If you start this, bro, I'm talking to you right now. If you start this at 17, you have time that I don't have. Every dollar that you put in now compounds for decades. The person who starts at 17 and invests $100 a month beats the person who starts at 30 and invests $500 a month every time. Like, that's not motivation, that's math. Like, literally, it's just that's the beauty of compounding. Time beats everything. Like they say, you can't. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. So the more time in the market you have, the better off you'll be. So that's the foundation, basically, of what I'm building. This Fidelity account, got it. Cash management with the debit card, check. Drip activated on both accounts. Margin application, which I did do that. I'll show y'all that, but I applied for margin already, but I just deposited more money into the account, so they'll probably actually approve it this time because I applied for it with like $250. They're probably like, dude, what are you doing? But yeah, so every week I'm going to be documenting exactly what I deposited, what I bought, what my dividend income looks like, and how the system is evolving. If you're in real estate like me, or if you just working any kind of gig income or side hustle or just a traditional 9 to 5er, this system was built for you. It don't matter what you do. People that you see and that are buying businesses and companies and they not working, they living out of their brokerage accounts, this is what they're doing. All of their money is going towards this and paying them. That's why they say pay yourself first. This is literally the best way to do that. Now, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, tell me where you're from, where you're starting from, whether it's $25 or $2,500. I want to build this with y'all. I want to start a community and help y'all grow. I'm gonna be dropping stuff. I'm gonna be rolling out a few things too. I got some stuff in the works right now, but till next time, I'm Devontae, Investor Forever, and we're just getting started.